my name is Megan and I need to get my reading back into some sort of routine. As most of you know, I have just moved and my reading has been so sporadic. I will read for 5 hours one day and then I won't read for a week. So what I thought we'd do, I need to get back into some sort of reading routine. And so for a week, I'm going to read for 2 hours every day. I know that doesn't sound to some people like a challenge, but for me right now, that feels scary because I have sometimes gone like 5-6 days without reading a single thing. But I want to get back into some sort of routine. I don't want it to be this kind of like all or nothing kind of vibe that my reading has been. So I wonder how many books we'll read. I reckon probably about 3 or 4 because I will do a mix of like reading physically and reading with an audio whilst I do other things, and I read a book slower when I do that. So it's going to be a mix, but yeah, come with me to see whether I can stay consistent. I have to, I guess, and read for 2 hours every single day. I just realised I forgot to say this is an episode of tbr200. I am going to be reading from my TBR in this video, and my TBR is starting on 301 books in this video. I did my math wrong at the end of the last video. I said 302. It seems it should have been, I think, if my math is now right, it should have been 301. So we are starting on 301 books. So hopefully we are going to get under the 300 again in this video, but you know. Whatever. Okay, let's get into the video. Hello. It's actually Friday and I'm going to be starting the vlog tomorrow, but I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about an amazing offer I have because I want as many of you to hear about this as possible because I genuinely think it's such a good offer for you guys. So I know that a lot of you are wanting to be getting more into crafting because I want to get more into crafting. I made a bingo board for goals recently, and like do a new crafting hobby is on there. I'd also love to join a pottery class, but nowhere near me does pottery classes. Obviously pottery you need to do at a place, you know? And also, I've been doing crafting nights on my Patreon. Oh, it's there. Okay, hang on, let me show you this. Because I've been wanting to get more into crafting, I've been doing crafting nights on my Patreon for the past couple months. And on there, I've been doing paint by numbers. And this is my paint by numbers so far. It's supposed to be the Colosseum. This is what it's supposed to look like. Hang on, that's upside down. But that's what mine looks like so far. And if, like me, you're wanting to get more into doing crafts, I have an amazing offer for you guys with Craftsy. So Craftsy is this amazing online resource for all things creative. I am a complete beginner when it comes to most crafts. I have never knitted, I have never crocheted, I never quilted. I'm a complete beginner. And Craftsy is this amazing online resource with classes for all these different types of crafts. So I've been particularly wanting to get into crocheting. I feel like crocheting seems like a more accessible, a little bit less intimidating than some other crafts. And so I've started with the class on there, crocheting accessories. This is run by Valeria Torres, and in the classes there, it's taught me, we've been like crocheting baskets, pen holders, coasters. So with the coasters, I learned how to make this thing called a magic ring and then crochet from in there in the magic ring, and how to keep the coaster flat, because obviously you want your coaster to be flat, you don't want it to be curved up at the edges. But on Craftsy there are so many classes. New classes are being added all the time. There is classes on every category you can imagine. Like I say, if you want to get into quilting, if you want to get into painting, baking, anything you can imagine that's a craft, they have classes on there run by experts. I also feel like there's a great mix of levels of abilities with the classes. So like if you're a beginner like me, you'll find stuff on there to teach you how to begin. But if you're advanced, let me tell you, there's some incredibly advanced classes for all different types of crafts on there as well. So I think it's really just a great resource to anyone. And I said I had an amazing offer for you guys. Listen to this offer. The first 1,000 of you watching this video who scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description will get 1 year of Craftsy Premium for only $1.49. A whole year. A whole year of access to these classes for $1.49. Excuse me, what an amazing offer that is. This offer is available for new members only. But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I want to try out all the different classes on there. I want to get in my crafting era this year in my new home. So yeah, go check it out. Either scan the QR code or click the link in the description. I cannot recommend it enough. It's honestly such an amazing resource that I feel like more people need to know about. Hello, happy Saturday. It's time to start the vlog. How are we all doing? Ignore my laundry that I need to put over there. Hello. Not had the best start to my Saturday. I went to the hospital for a hospital appointment that I thought was today and is actually in a month. it was Saturday the 14th of March.
You sound rather stupid to me, you know. You know, your sort of person. If you had a brain, you'd be dangerous, dear.
I just assumed, because when I looked on my calendar, usually if all the dates line up, it's the correct month, but February is 28 days. So like next month is the same date for all the days. And I made that mistake. So, and it was like a 40-minute trip each way. So that was a nice hour and a half of my morning. Completely wasted. Okay, here's the situation today. Today and tomorrow, I need to read A Case of Mice and Murder by Sally Smith for my patron book club. And I looked it up, and the audiobook at my like physically reading speed is 3.5 hours. So I probably will try and finish this today and tomorrow and mostly just physically read it. I may do some audiobook reading, like just audiobook, and we might read a little bit more than 2 hours a day today, and tomorrow, but that's fine. That's fine. More than 2 hours a day is fine. It's what we want to get at least 2 hours. Other days in the week, we'll probably only do 2 hours when I've got to do other work. But I basically just need to do this vlog. Hello, baby. And read this book today and tomorrow. So the plan today, we have to fit a garden fence. We last night found spots of very high moisture on our bedroom wall / ceiling. So that's really fun. We have to try and figure out what's going on with that. Honestly, we've just found mold in the front room. It never ends, guys. Just like, why did we do this?
I have been pushed to the limit with this.
But yeah, the plan today, we to fit this garden fence, and then Dida's eating. Sorry, her food is in this room, so excuse her. Also, her litter tray is. I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully you can't really. Yeah, plan is to do that, and then me and Tom will probably go for a walk, but I want to get some good reading of this done. This is my patron book club book for the month, and it's a murder mystery. It's a murder mystery. It was a murder mystery I was very excited about. There has been mixed reviews on the Patreon so far. So we're gonna see how it goes. But yeah, my aim is probably to get about halfway through this today with 2 hours of reading. So I will chat to you maybe this evening when I'm halfway through. I feel like the weekends it's easier to get 2 hours of reading done. It's the weekdays that this will be a challenge, because I haven't got too much work to this week. I've got 2 live shows tomorrow, but one is the book club live for this. And I've edited most of Sunday's video, not all of it. So we will see, we will see, we will see. But yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts when I'm a bit of the ways through.
Gets me almost every time in the midst of summer, watching it in full bloom always makes me wonder when we were.
Good evening, friends. Apologies for anything going on. I went to like check, you know, my face before I filmed. It's very late, and I went to go check, and I was like, I'm sure maybe a little bit of smudging under my eyes of mascara. My whole like black raccoon eyes. So I didn't have much. I just kind of wiped it away. I hope I look vaguely presentable. I've read for over 2 hours today, as evidenced by the fact that I am about 150 pages into A Case of Mice and Murder. So yeah, this is my patron book club for the month, and we're basically following a barrister, Gabriel. We're in 1901, and the Lord Chief Justice of England is murdered on his doorstep, basically, and he gets recruited in to try and solve the murder. And here's the thing, I agree with a lot of what my patrons are saying about this. Firstly, on my reading experience last night, one of them told me, like, there are 10 words where there only needed to be 2. Everything is kind of over-described, and not in a particularly, like, beautifully written way, just very, very, very descriptive. Like, the author was like, let me describe the shit out of this book, and every little thing, every movement someone makes, every way someone looks or something looks. That's very true. And then a lot of them were saying, like, this should be a book that I love. This should be a book that I'm obsessed with. It's got all the markings of a book I'd love. Murder mystery, 1900s England, I love. An interesting kind of, like, eccentric main character. He's very, like, up to now has been very isolated in his life and kind of like focused on himself and his work, and this is forcing him to get out, and he's got a very interesting character. Like, there's an interesting subplot to do with this children's book, this religious children's book that's been published. So there's all of that, right? But I'm not, whoa, calm down. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Do you guys ever read a book where everything feels half formed and like it's not going to be memorable, right? There's books that are bad out there that are like fully formed and fully memorable. I feel like I already have forgotten this book. I feel like I already don't remember anything that's happened, anything about the characters. Like, everything feels an arm's distance away. Everything feels a bit blurry, which for something that's so described, I don't think anything should feel blurry. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's a fine book. I'm having a fine time reading it. I feel like it's probably at a 3 right now. But I'm very disappointed because I thought this had pretty good reviews and I thought it was going to be a new murder mystery series for me to get into. But like, I already think I'm not going to continue this series. But here's the thing, I am so picky when it comes to murder mysteries, right? I recognize that in myself. Like, I'm probably pickiest when it comes to murder mysteries. But I just really thought this was going to be something I would enjoy. I really thought. I remember, was it Manon? Mystery Manon? Yes, who recommended this? I trust her recommendations so much. What am I not getting about this? What is not clicking? What's not clicking? What's not clicking? So, yeah, I mean, it's very late. I will try and check in earlier tomorrow. But I've got to do some video editing tomorrow. But I'm tired now. It's bedtime. It's X-Files time. It's time to watch an episode of the X-Files. So, yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts on a little bit more. No, when I'm finished, probably tomorrow. Because that'll be my 2 hours tomorrow. Yeah. It's just okay. It's just okay.
Never been sure where faith begins. Guess I'm still waiting for something to hit. I whispered questions till midnight winds. Not sure if someone's listening. Lying here silent, your hand on my skin. Feels like it's an answer or close enough to it.
Hello. It is late. Whoa. What is that Latin doing? Hello. How are we all doing? It's late. I haven't had dinner yet. I just wrapped the live show for A Case of Mice and Murder by Sally Smith. I've had a bit of a crazy day. I had to edit a lot of a video and got that uploaded. Then I had a Zoom call with some of my patrons, and then I really had to race to finish this book in my 2 hours for today. And I just had the live show for that. Here's the thing. The first half of this book was not loving, was sitting at like a low 3-star, was like, oh, I'm definitely not continuing with the series then. I was disappointed. I thought this was going to be like a new murder mystery series for me. However, the second half of this really picked up for me. The second half I got a lot more invested in. And so I actually am debating picking up the second in the series. The second one has got really good reviews. And so I think I'm actually now converted. I need a more cozy mystery in my life because Lady Hardcastle, I'm up to date and that's really sad. And we just discovered I forgot to put the new Lady Hardcastle, my most anticipated release of the year video, and that's like, I said, remove me from the cult. Like, I actually might banish myself from the Lady Hardcastle cult. Like, it's so serious. Like, how could I forget Lady Hardcastle and Flo? Like, what the heck?
Sad.
But yeah, I'm ending this on a 3.5 because the second half was a 4, the first half was a 3. A 3.5 feels right to me. But I just felt like I could really sense this author growing as an author throughout the course of the book. Like, the writing got better, the pacing got better, the reveal of clues and storylines was just so much tighter in the second half. I will say there's a court setting for maybe like 3-4 chapters around the middle. Won me over. A court setting is a way to win me over. I love a court setting in a book. And I just felt like it was done in a very interesting way. It was to do with, did I tell you that storyline? I must have told you the storyline. I can't remember anything I said to you about this book. But there's like this book called Millie the Mouse that is like used to teach children about like behaving in church and stuff, that's become super popular. And there's like a court case about that our protagonist is the lawyer for. He's a lawyer for the defendant. There's a woman who is claiming to be the author of the book and the defendant is the publisher. Anyways, there was just some great moments. There was a great like, you know, great lawyering. I love good lawyering. That was a great lawyering moment that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I had a great time with the second half of this. I just felt like you could tell. I think it's a debut novel, and I haven't really had this in a long time, a debut novel, but like there was wording at the beginning that felt clunky. The start felt very slow. I felt very disconnected from the characters. I felt like everything was murky, and then everything became very clear in the second half. I feel like she literally like grew as an author overnight. And I know things would have been edited, but still, the first couple chapters could have been some of the first stuff she wrote for the book, and it stayed, you know, somewhat in its kind of original form. And so I feel like you could really, really feel that in this book. So yeah, I've come to an interesting place with this where I feel like I would kind of recommend it. I will say the ending, we had some discussions about this. I feel like the last 60 pages is very strong with pacing, like I said. This clue leading to this clue, and this clue leading to this clue, and this reveal. And so the way we got to the end reveal, I found very satisfying. But in terms of like that character behaving in way A and way B and way C, that like, you know, all of these actions, certain actions are kind of contributed to them by the end, I'm not sure makes total sense for the character that we got told that they have. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me not doubt myself. So yeah, I mean, 2 hours of reading done today. I feel like weekend it's pretty easy, and then the week it could get a bit murky. We may switch to some like just audiobook reading for 2 hours whilst I do stuff, like whilst I cook something, or you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how many other books we read. But first one, I'm kind of ending on a success and ending on, whoa, my laptop light just went out. Ending on probably wanting to continue this series, which I think is a win. Okay, we gotta yap quickly because my camera is running out of battery. I don't know where the lead is. Hello. It is Tuesday morning, but this is technically when Monday night's check-in because I finished the 2 hours. I'll show you. I read for 2 hours, that's the timer, last night, but I was cozy in bed and I didn't want to get up to film. But I started The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I can't let you go, baby. I did basically all just audiobook reading. So I have not read any of it physically. So I didn't read a ton in 2 hours. I'm on page 120 actually, which I suppose isn't too bad. Like that's like a page a minute on the audio. So this is a very much like a rom-com. It opens up with our main character. Tom's making pancakes next door. It opens up with our main character dying. She like chokes on a burger and she goes to the afterlife and meets like her guardian angel. Okay, there was no way that the battery is gonna last long enough for me to see anything other than 2 words. So I've got a portable charger that the camera is plugged into. Yeah, so she goes to the afterlife and she meets this guy and she is like in love with him. Like they have a connection that she's never felt before. She's lived quite a isolated, sad life. She hasn't had a lot of friends. She's never had a boyfriend. But the guy isn't supposed to be there. He's there by mistake. He's been like put under general anesthetic for an operation. The wires have been crossed. But the guardian angel's like, okay, I'm going to send you back to Earth and you've got 10 days for him to fall in love with you and to kiss you. And if you do that, you can stay on Earth, basically, is the challenge that she sets her. And here's the thing. This is a very different book than I would usually read.
It's not for me, Mark. I feel terribly ill all of a sudden.
This is not my kind of book. It's a very British rom-com romance, like very Bridget Jones, I feel like, in its humour, in its kind of like unlucky, bumbling protagonist. I don't read a lot of British romances actually, do I? Because I read a lot of Ali and Abby, and they're American. But yeah, it's just very different tonally, and there are moments where the humour could be cringe. I'm not hating it, and at the moment I think I lean more towards not cringe, but it's a knife edge. We're on a cringe knife edge. But you know, I'm having a nice time reading it. Again, I feel like I'm not looking at the moment for anything super like Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Do you know what I mean? I'm not looking for like anything super intellectually taxing. And so I'm having a nice time reading it, but I don't think it's gonna stick with me because of that knife edge of humour. Like there's moments where I'm like,
Actually,
It was a bit of a laugh. It's tongue-in-cheek, Danielle. It's tongue-in-cheek. It's funny.
and it does that thing that some rom-coms do that I don't love, where it's very referential. Like it keeps referencing pop culture things, or particularly like other books. Like it'll be like that couple in One Day in December by Josie Silver, and I'm like, what's going on? And I think that can age a book and really like stick it in a place and time. And I don't always love that when things are referential. But I am suspicious that, and I don't know if this is a spoiler, sue me, I'm 120 pages in, do you know what I mean? I don't think this could be a spoiler. But I'm getting suspicious that the guy she's been sent back to fall in love with is not who the romance is going to actually be with. It's going to be with her annoying neighbour.
So I decided to go and investigate it.
Who they have like a love-hate relationship. I think it's going to be him. And I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wanted her to go back. I wanted the synopsis of the book to be true. Like her to go back back into the world and find her true love. I don't know how I feel about it being the neighbour. The kind of stuck up neighbour. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to keep reading this today. We'll see how much I get through. I was like, I'd really like to get my reading done earlier in the day today rather than being last minute. But then I remembered I do have reading sprints tonight between 7 and 9 with my patrons. So we're probably going to do 2 sprints of 40 minutes in that live. So I need to get 40 minutes of reading done beforehand. And then that'll probably be audiobook reading. And then I'm going to read physically in the live show. So yeah, I'll check in tonight after my live show. But it's fine. It's just very different than what my usual reading taste is, let's be honest. I just want to film the pancake setup for pancake day. The pancake maker extraordinaire is tall.
Where's the pancake eater?
Where's the pancake eater? I don't know where she got. The other bull's here. Hello, good evening. It's late. I want to go to bed. A brief check-in. Oh, I've left the timer going, but it's It's over 2 hours. Can you focus? There she is. I'm up to page 250-ish. Maybe a little bit more, 260-ish, of The Love of My Afterlife by Craftsy Greenwood. I'm at a crossroads with this book, hence why I don't have much to say. I'm at a crossroads where I'm like, is this about to win me over? And when I say win me over, it's probably the difference between a 3.5 and a 4, but that's quite a marked difference. I'd say in my rating, the most variation comes between a 3.5 and a 4 of like emotion and feeling. I'm close to being won over. This book is ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. It's like over the top. It's got a main character that I understand some people couldn't like. She's like very in her head, in her emotions. She's got a lot going on. And the humor is very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Distinct. It's a certain flavor of humor that I wasn't sure if it would be for me, but I am kind of having fun. Do I think this is peak literature? No, I don't. But am I having a nice time reading it? Yes. Do I think, like, when I compare it to an Emily Henry, I've given a 4. Is that a better romance book? Yes. But I'm not having a bad time. That's what I really have to say. I'm going to see you tomorrow when I finished it, because I definitely will finish this tomorrow. But I'm kind of being won over. I think it might get me. Let's see how it does in the last, like, 130 pages or so. But I think perhaps it's got me, Your Honour. It might have got me. Hello. It is Thursday. So Wednesday, I did do my 2 hours of reading of The Love of My Afterlife. And I was gonna check in last night, check in on the day, but I finished reading late, as I have been doing. I'm determined to like finish my 2 hours earlier in the day this time. And I was then gonna film that evening, but then we found a leak from our upstairs bathroom to our downstairs bathroom through a ceiling light. So that was fun. So I said, I'm not filming tonight. I can wait till tomorrow. But anyways, I finished The Love of My Afterlife by Craftsy Greenwood. I am very proud of myself for finally finishing one of my in-person book club books before the live show. This is my first time, so I'm glad I've done that at least. But yeah, I'm giving it a 3.5. I think this is probably a good version of what it's trying to do. But is that my kind of thing? No, it's fine. Like, it plays with tropes of romances in a very fun way. Like, there's moments where you're like, this is very clearly enemies to lovers, or we're playing with the only one bed trope, or like, you know, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed somewhat the humor. I enjoyed somewhat the main character. But in the end, I don't think it did completely win me over. And at the end of the day, I think there's so many romances I would recommend over this. You know, my galleys, Ali, Abby, Emily, but even like Talia Hibbert. I love Talia Hibbert's romances, but she hasn't had like a new adult romance in a while, I feel like. Has she got one coming out soon? I don't know. Someone let me know, please. Yeah, there's just a lot I would recommend over this. I don't think this is going to stick with me. I don't think I'm going to particularly remember it. But, see, this is like a tale of two halves. I did like the kind of speculative element, and like she's got 10 days to kiss her true love or she's going to die. Like, I did enjoy the kind of supernatural, ghostly element of this. It's a fun time, right? I don't think many people will read... Well, no, here's the thing. I think some people will read this and completely vibe with the humour and have a great time and, like, think it's so Bridget Jonesy, like, yeah, think it's a really fun time. Some people will find the main character insufferable. I was going to say I don't think anyone can pick this up and not have a fun time, but some people will find the main character insufferable. She is a very interesting main character. She's definitely been beaten down by life, but that means she's kind of like, this is not my... The book is portraying her as like what society might view as a loser, right? I don't, and I have, you know, when you're reading it, you have compassion for her, but she doesn't kind of go out. She lives a very solitary lifestyle, doesn't really have anyone in her life, and kind of doesn't, until the kind of turning point in the book, almost doesn't see a problem with that, and the book is kind of her getting her out of her shell. But she is kind of like very like negative in a weird way, and I can understand some people just like DNFing the book or not being able to get through it because they don't like her. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what everyone thinks about it at the book club. I feel like it's gonna have some mixed opinions. And I'm gonna be like, it was fine at 3.5. Like, I can imagine someone in the book club giving it a 1, but other people giving it a 4 and saying they had a nice time, you know? So that's where I'm ending up. Now, we have 2 days left. Thursday and Friday left to read. I think I am going to pick up, I thought about this when I hauled it, I think I'm gonna read Brigands and Breakfast by Travis Baldry. This is literally 2 of the books in this vlog have just been added to my TBR. But you know, it is what it is, and I think this is the perfect book for right now. I would really love to read this right now, and I think it will probably take me about 4 hours of reading. I'm not going to get the audiobook for this. I'm going to read it with my eyeballs, which I don't think I've done yet this year. So we're adding an extra little challenge in because it feels like a challenge. And at the end, no audiobook, just eyeball reading. I love this series so much. We'll talk about the plot of this once I've read some today, but I'm mostly just gonna be editing today, so probably not gonna be any fun B-roll of the life. I'm literally gonna sit down and edit as much of this video as I can, but I love this series. I love Charis Baldry's writing. Nobody does cozy fantasy for me like he does. So yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts when I've read for my 2 hours of the day, but I feel like this is probably something I can fly through pretty quickly. Okay, we are about to go out for dinner. I have read for 37, oh, ignore me watching Emily T. Baker. 37 minutes I've read for already today. I have some thoughts. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to come back and read for the rest of the time after dinner. But I promised you guys in the last vlog we would talk about the X-Files, about how much I'm loving the X-Files.
We need this. This is essential. This is a crisis.
And I feel like it's time. I feel like I need to, at least in this vlog, talk about my obsession with the X-Files. Actually, I'm going to go get Tom and we're going to talk about it together because we watch it together. So hang on one sec. All right. We got to tell them about our love for the X-Files. Why do we love the X-Files?
Is that what they've asked for?
They want to know. We want just our love, how good the X-Files is. If anyone hasn't watched it, the X-Files is the greatest TV show ever created.
I don't think we can necessarily qualify that because
we don't watch a lot of TV. No.
I certainly don't. But we do like murder mystery.
We like spooky stuff. So we watch, throughout like our whole relationship, we watch BuzzFeed Unsolved and then Watcher and like Ghost Files, Mystery Files. So we watch a lot of Ghost Files and that kind of thing. And then just one night you were like, should we put on the X-Files? I didn't even know really what the X-Files was. Why did you suggest we watch it?
Well, I just knew like it was like a bit of a revolutionary bit of television. I'm like into the 90s. I like history.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was like influential on society. And I just really like it. I like the fact that like it looks of its time.
Yeah.
Like you could watch a modern version of this show.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be as good. Yeah,
It'd be shit because it feels
authentic.
Like authentic.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
Should we explain what the X-Files is? So people who might...
No.
No, let's explain. Okay, you got Mulder and Scully, who are FBI agents, and they are tasked with working on the X-Files. Particularly like Mulder wants to.
They investigate like the existence of aliens and conspiracy and cover-ups and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And she's the skeptic, and he believes.
It's like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
You've got like a monster of the week. It's basically like Scooby-Doo for adults.
And we love Scooby-Doo.
We
love Scooby-Doo.
We've even coloured a bedroom Scooby-Doo, but you don't know that yet.
They haven't seen that yet.
You've not seen that, but we have a Scooby-Doo coloured bedroom. It's like 40 minutes, monster of the week, and then there's this underlying plot around the deep state and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There's a mix of monster of the week episodes and then more like this ongoing plot episodes. It's like 50-50.
But like for someone who doesn't really read a lot of fiction or doesn't really do TV, I think genuinely that as an obstacle in both books and fiction for me is when like characters do things that just don't make any fucking sense. You watch a horror film and someone just does something that no human being is ever gonna do. Like for me, I just can't work. I can't get past that. Yeah. And with that being said, I think these characters are genuinely really, really good. And like I'm not particularly, that kind of person. But like the engagement between the two of them, their relationship is like really good. It's really good.
The chemistry between the two, and basically the whole show, you're like, will they, won't they? Like, there's something there, but are they? I think I remember watching the first episode, and I said to you, "How long before these two kiss do you think?" And you were like, 7 episodes, and I was like, I don't think so. I think they're gonna be.
We're like 100 episodes.
So we started like mid-December, in the start of December, we started watching this show.
This is a good show for the winter as well.
We're 4 seasons in that
if
time.
you're like me and you like foggy, rain,
dark, moody.
It's pretty dope.
It's just so good.
Trees.
Beautiful piece of television.
So good.
Ferns.
No, but genuinely, we've moved on from it too quick. The chemistry and the like dynamic between Scully and Mulder is some of the best.
I think they're genuinely like really good actors as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Like it kind of makes modern TV like a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. But you say you don't like it when characters, you don't understand their motivation for doing things, but Scully is still somehow a skeptic.
Yeah, but they don't need to know that.
Like 4 seasons.
She just seems to like just selectively forget it all the time.
But yeah, we're obsessed with the X-Files. I've not been doing enough reading because every night we watch at least 1 episode of the X-Files, if not 2.
I think you guys will really like it.
I think they'd all really like the X-Files.
If you like murder mystery stuff like Megan does.
Yeah. But supernatural as well, fantasy element, aliens.
I think like often like you can actually figure out what's going on in the episode as well.
Oh, you always call it. Like half the episode. And I always fall asleep. It's an ongoing issue, me falling asleep. But yeah.
I think it gets Tom approval. I don't watch a lot of stuff, but
we don't watch anything.
I think it's pretty fucking good.
All we've ever watched is fucking Ghost Files and Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, but it's set in the 90s. It's got a good vibe to it.
Set in the 90s.
They've got big suits. They've got stupid looking cars.
Oh, and they pull the phone out. They have to pull the phone out.
Stupid phones. There's pictures of Bill
Mulder.
Clinton everywhere. Yeah. Given what's going on, it
Tom.
just feels really in keeping.
Tom, wait. We haven't told them the most important thing.
Which is?
Guess.
I don't actually know. Dita? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Skinner, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So Tom's get rid of your notifications. So Tom's lock screen is usually me. A lovely picture of me. It's not focused.
Touch it.
Yeah. Oh, it's fine.
go.
It went dark. They saw it. But on my birthday, Tom changed it to someone else. Skinner, baby.
Like, you won't really understand, but this dude is sexy as fuck.
It's gone dark. It's gone dark.
People at work ask me all the time, like, who is this dude? Like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
We both think this man. Can I say we both? Do you objectively think he's sexy?
So sexy, bro. He's got like, and he's been nerfed. He's been given like the shittest haircut. He's been given the worst haircut. And he's so hench.
He's so sexy.
And he's like this lovely leathery
leathery skin.
He's like always really quite oily and greased up.
But when he fucking, goes for someone.
Yeah, he's been really aggressive, but he's like...
He's also a lovely man.
He's just so sexy.
We love Skinner.
He's got 4 arms like a baseball bat.
But yeah, I think that's really the most important part.
Look up Skinner.
Look up Skinner. Everyone thinks Mulder's sexy. Mulder is objectively kind of sexy as well. In his own way. But Skinner's sexy.
If you want the son, I want the dad.
Okay. Alright, that's it. We're going to go out for dinner now, and I got to read afterwards. Bye. Oh my god, okay. I need to be honest. Yesterday, the 37 minutes I told you I'd read, you realise it hasn't changed. I didn't read any more yesterday.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
We failed at the final hurdle. Here's the sitch. We went out for dinner and came back. We had to do the food shop, did that, and it was just time to get in bed and watch the X-Files. I could lie to you, I could lie, but I can't lie. I'm not a liar. I don't think I've ever lied about anything in my life, or at least I'm very bad at it. So today I'm now going to try and read for that time plus today's 2 hours, which does stress me out a little bit because it's already 1:00. I have an hour Zoom call now, and then I do want to go for a run this evening as well. So I'm not quite sure how it's all going to go down, but we need to read for 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I'll probably check in with you. I've literally got a Zoom call in 4 minutes, but I'll probably check in with you once I've read yesterday's amount, because I do already have thoughts about Brigands and Bread Knives that I want to chat to you about. So I'll probably go read for an hour-ish, then come check in with you again, then read for another 2 hours. I don't know how I'm going to have time for that day. Well, I've already edited. I spent this morning editing this video, but I only got up to Monday, Tuesday, and I wanted to get like it all edited. I think I'm just have to accept the L and edit some of it this weekend. I can't believe I failed at the last hurdle. I'm so sorry. It is what it is. It was late. I was tired. It was time to get in bed and watch the X-Files. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit with some thoughts. Hello. I have read for yesterday's 2 hours. Well, here we go. Hang on. For 1 hour and 58 minutes, but I just got to the end of a chapter and I figured now would be a good time to check in. Tom is here, he's playing on his Switch behind the camera if you hear the little buttons playing away. Okay, let me tell you the plot of this quickly, and then we will get into everything, all of my thoughts that I have. This book, we are following Fern, who is a bookseller that we met in the previous book, Bookshops and Bone Dust. So you have Legends and Lattes, where we meet Viv, and that's the story of Viv making her coffee shop. Then Bookshops and Bone Dust is a prequel, so it happens quite a long time before Legends and Lattes, where Viv meets Fern, and Fern is a bookshop owner. And then in this book, Fern right at the start of the book is travelling to go and be with Viv and to set up a bookshop next to her coffee shop in the town. So she's moving all of her belongings with Pot Roast, who is her pet. I don't know quite what animal he is, some sort of like bird thing? I don't know. But very quickly on, Fern is overwhelmed with life and with responsibilities, and she kind of ends up fleeing in the night drunkenly and ending up in the cart of this really well-known, what's the right word? A legendary warrior, a cart of this like 1,000-year-old legendary warrior that she's heard so many stories about, and ends up kind of on this adventure. Now, here's the thing. In 2 hours, I've only read 100 pages of what is usually a very fast read for me. I am finding reading without an audiobook hard.
I'm a little bit concerned.
And here's the thing, I'd rather come to this conclusion sooner than later because I don't want that to happen, right? I like using audiobooks for my reading. I feel like in this challenge, part of what scuppered me yesterday was not having an audiobook, and particularly like reading for 2 hours every day. Having an audiobook is helpful because it means you can read whilst cooking or cleaning or whatever. I think audiobooks are a useful, fun tool to have in reading. However, I don't want to become dependent on them, and I feel like with how crazy everything's been and in the kind of mental state I've been in, audiobooks have been very useful. However, maybe I have become a bit reliant on them. And so, yeah, I'm finding reading this with my eyeballs a bit hard. But I think that's me. I don't think that necessarily is the book's fault. I'm enjoying the book a lot. I don't know if I'm necessarily enjoying it as much as the other books though, and I don't know if that's my fault, or I have seen some reviews, people saying that this is out of the three their least favourite so far. But there's moments where I'm noticing like, okay, this is me, like I'm struggling to read words. But I am still enjoying it for the most part. I think Travis Baldry has this wit and charm that is so rare, and I've read so many cozy fantasies at this point. I keep trying them. I keep reading cozy fantasies again and again and again, and not many do for me what he does. He's very good at like a moment. I feel like I'm Amanda from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If anyone's watching a new series of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she's like, let's have a matcha moment. Anyone want to have a caviar moment? Oh, this is such a manifestation moment for me. But Travis Baldry's very good at like, the scene will be happening and then there'll be something that kind of changes the course of it, or just adds humor or adds like a sideways glance to something that I think is quite unique. I love his writing. I'm sad that we were with the gang, we were with Thimble. I freaking love Thimble the baker. I love Thimble so much. And we were with him and then we've been torn away from him. But I'm enjoying the characters that we're with on this journey. But yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. It's fine. I'm not getting 5-star feeling, which I was hoping after like 2 3.5s in this vlog. I was hoping for a 5-star, and this was like really up there for me as a 5-star prediction because the other two have been 5 stars. But it's feeling like a strong 4 at the moment. But I'm gonna get cozy. Hopefully read quite a bit more this evening. I'll probably check in with you tomorrow morning when I want to check in with you when I finish the book. So I'm gonna read for another 2 hours tonight. We'll see if that means I finish it or not. But then I'm gonna finish whatever is left of the book tomorrow. And also I'd rather, check in with you bright-eyed in the morning than like 10 p.m. tonight wishing I was watching the X-Files. So I'll check in the morning when I finish the book. It's interesting being so conscious that I've become a bit reliant on audiobooks. But I think it's good to nip it in the bud now. And this is the kind of book that is best for me to do it with. A book series that I always read physically, that I love the writing. I'm familiar with the writing. So I will say though, also having to sit and read with my eyeballs has felt intimidating, but also like I've had moments where I'm like, oh, okay, I've missed this. I've missed just sitting and reading. I've been doing a lot of my reading I've been sitting and reading in little chunks, but not for hours, just sitting and reading. I was doing a lot of my reading this week kind of broken up, and it's nice to just sit and curl up with a book and read it. So yeah, I'll check in the morning with my thoughts. I'm torn. I'm kind of in two minds at the moment. Enjoying it, but not as much as the other two books in the series. Hello. It's actually Sunday. Let me explain. So on Friday, I read for the extra 2 hours. And then over today and yesterday, I actually ended up having to read for like another hour and 45 minutes. It took me almost 4 hours to finish the book. It took me a while. It took me a while to read this book. And I finished it, and I'm going to be giving it 3.5 stars. Which is devastating on many levels. First, it means all three of the books in this vlog were 3.5, which is so boring. Like, that's the most boring result for a reading vlog ever. Like, I want my reading vlogs to at least, if not have like all great reads, have light and shade to them. 3.5 is just so boring.
Talking about your boring, darling.
Next.
You know, but
and obviously, this is one of my favourite series ever. I gave the first books both top 5 stars, and this one just didn't do it for me, unfortunately. Now, here's the thing. I don't know where the problems with me end and my issues with this book begin. My number one issue with this was I found it hard to read. I found it hard to keep track of the words on the page. And that might be a me problem, right? I got a lot of thoughts in my brain at the moment. I'm not afraid to admit that. There's a lot going on up here. And I've been very reliant on audiobooks. And I wonder whether part of that is me and that's my problem. You know, reading this physically, I wonder whether I would have had a different experience with this had I listened to the audiobook. And now I'm kind of regretting that, but I do feel like I need to get off of the audiobook dependency at some point. Because here's the thing, I love Travis Baldrey's writing, right? I love it in these two books. I love his writing, but there was just something about it in this that I struggled to keep track of. And I just didn't love the story as much as the previous two books. I think this book has a lot of value, and that's why I feel I'm gonna round up to a 4 on Goodreads, and I feel tentative. Like, part of me feels like I should be giving it a 4 because I think this has a lot of great things to say. Travis Baldrey's books always do. This one is really focusing on like almost like a midlife crisis and how it's okay to change your life when the one you're living in no longer fits you and no longer suits you. And I think there was a lot of beauty in that, and I enjoyed a lot of our characters. I loved Zill as a character. I really liked Asterix. I enjoyed a lot of what this book was doing. I do feel like there was not really anything driving the story forward, which I think is okay with that really cozy vibe that Legends and Lattes and Bookshops and Bone Dust do, because you're kind of just like in this low stakes, you know, slice of life storyline with kind of inner characters' motivations. But when you have what really turns into like an adventure book, this book is really an adventure journey book. I personally feel like it does need something propelling the story on, giving it momentum, and I didn't really feel like this had that. So I'm very sad. I'm very sad. You know, I'm gonna pick up anything Travis Baldrey writes. I hope that this was just a blip for us and maybe me. I feel like I'm gonna read a graphic novel next. Physically, obviously, a graphic novel, but it's quite a long one, and you're not gonna see that video for a long time. So I'm hoping that might be like a good thing to help me get back into reading physically. But yeah, I heard going into this that some people hadn't loved this one as much, and I thought I'm gonna be immune to that. Like, good for you, or bad for you, but that ain't gonna be me. Turns out it is a little bit. I think there's a lot to be gained from this, and I would still recommend you pick this up if you've enjoyed the series. It just feels like a slightly less successful entry in it, you know? So yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's very sad to me. Like, this should have been 5 stars. I'm yet to have a 5-star this year. I've had 2 4.5s, but no 5. And I want it. I want a 5-star. I really want a 5-star. But yeah, that's where we are. It's very sad. So there we have it, friends. We're ending the episode of tbr200 with 298 books on my physical TBR, which I feel like is not bad. We're back under 300. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but we're never going above 300 again. No, I just touched my nose. Is that a sign of a lie? I'm never going above 300 again. I promise you. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of this time. It's gonna be understated. This is understated right now. I'm actually going to be probably making some good progress on the TBR in some videos I've got coming up that aren't technically TBR 200 episodes, because I'm reading a mix of stuff that is already on my TBR and stuff I've had to buy for the videos. So that number will go down even more before our next TBR 200 ep. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I guess for the whole challenge of reading for 2 hours every day, I feel like it really has helped me get back into the habit of reading. Like, I feel like now I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back used to reading. It's even though these books weren't necessarily wins, they weren't bad. 3.5 isn't bad. But you know, it has got me back into the habit. It has helped me find points in my day for my current kind of work-life balance and schedule that reading works for me. So on the whole, I think this was a success. And I'm actually excited to maybe even, I'm probably not going to read some more tonight because I'm doing a Nancy Drew game stream with my patrons, but I'm excited to pick up my next book and I want to do that. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I think that's it. I'll see you very soon in another one. Bye.